Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how the alignment tools of the GMC software work for creating multiple opening mats. So to start with, I make sure I'm in standard mode of input, and I'm going to create a series of 4 openings with title boxes underneath. So first of all, I click on my rectangle template, type in the overall width of the mat that I've measured out and calculated beforehand. So it's 470 by 240, and then my opening size will be 80 by 120. Now I don't have to be accurate with placement at this stage. Even though it's asking me for a left border, I can just create this, and using the dynamic click and drag I can move that around the screen, and I can copy and paste. I need 3 more of these, so I can go copy and then paste, and that will give me an extra one. I can lasso those 2 and select them, go copy and paste one more time, so now I have my 4 shapes. And I also need title boxes underneath each of these rectangles, so I'm going to back to rectangle, type in 60 mils, tab 20 mils, and click on create. Click and drag that below this one, and once again I can go to copy and paste. I can lasso those 2, copy them and paste them again. So now how do we line all this up using our alignment tools? I'm going to click on our alignment tools, which changes our modes for our tools here. You can see they're all phased out grey. They don't become usable or functionable until we have selected, say, objects or openings. So that now that I've selected these 4 openings, you can see most of my alignment tools become active. And here I'm going to work on, just like a jigsaw, we work from the outside in. I'm going to work on the borders here and work on a 40mm border, so I'll change that to 40. You can see I've got this row of objects, of windows highlighted here. If I click on this button here, you can see from the mouse rollover effect, that's going to push all of them to be 40mm from the top. So all of these buttons have an animation or a rollover effect, and also a definition which describes the function of the button to help you understand how they work. I'm going to unselect by clicking nowhere here, and then just select this object and make that 40mm from the left. Now at this stage I could go and reselect this row and allocate a distance between each object, so I could say I want them to be 20mm apart. So if I click on this button, the left will remain stationary and all the rest will be spaced out 20mm apart. Or I could use my equal spacing option, so I could unselect and then just select the right one, move that to be 40 mils from the right, reselect the row one more time, and select my equal space option here, which will distribute the space evenly and retain the integrity of my margins. I move now to the bottom openings, and I want to make them all 40 mils from the bottom. Likewise, what I could have done is I could select a couple like this, and I could set the distance how I want. So if it was, say, 15 mils, I can make that 15 mils from the bottom of this one. Or if I want, I can grab all of these and use this alignment tool to push everything up in line with the highest most one. Okay, or I can move it back to 40 mils again. Now, how do I center the small one with the big one here? If I lasso and select these both, with all my alignment tools here, you can see this one will push it to the left, to the right, but this one here will push it to the center. So on the center of the horizontal axis. So I can do that for each of these if I want. Or alternatively, I could do the first one and the last one, and then just lasso all of these and then equal space to distribute them all out evenly. So there you see a basic overview of how some of the alignment tools work in GMC software. One final step, if I wanted to make this a double mat, I could just lasso and select everything, go to my properties bar here, click on the plus, and then type in my preferred step. At this stage it's set for 5mm, and that will give me my double matted multiple opening.